If I had just one wish to be expanding your mind, I say wake the fuck up, leave them shackles behind. It's the age of the Aquarius and conscious about that you stuck in the matrix, you too far behind. You're too far behind. Raising vibe for the collective is start with reflection and eventually spend your conscious collective protect. Have you ever heard the phrase, the only thing that's consistent about me is being inconsistent? Yeah, me either. But how many of you can relate? Well, either way, welcome to another episode of Hello Vibes Me Elevation Podcast, where we dive deep into the topics that elevate your vibe and push you towards greatness. I am your host, Crystal Jackson, and today, guys, we're going to talk about something that we all struggle with at times. Dun, 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 consistency, and how it can either elevate or hinder our growth. Opening quote: consistency is what transforms average into excellence. Source unknown. See, I've realized that consistency is one of the keys to achieving our goals. Yet, so many of us struggle with it. But why is this, guys? Let's talk about it. All right, see, today, guys, we're going to talk about what consistency is, how consistency affects us, what consistency looks like, why we struggle with consistency, and how to build consistency. But before we go there, I just want to share a personal story real quick. You know, get your morning going. Let's talk about it. So, I remember back in high school, every year I start the school year saying, this is the year I'm going to crush it, all A's. But every year, by the end of the first month, I'd be swallowed back into the distractions of the hood. You hear me? And boom, there were my plans. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't struggle with my studies, though. I was super smart. My struggle was bad decisions, the wrong environment, and a lack of consistency. But today, I realized I was actually consistent. I was consistent in making horrible choices. Anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into consistency. Okay, my friends, so let's define what consistency is. So consistency is the practice of maintaining a steady course of action, regardless of distractions, setbacks, temptations. It's about showing up day in and day out with a sense of purpose and dedication. Now, consistency versus perfectionism, two different things. Some people confuse consistency with perfectionism, thinking that you need to do things perfectly every time. But no, ma'am, no, sir. Consistency is about progress and showing up even when things aren't perfect, guys. That is consistency. So how does consistency affect us? Well, let's talk about the impact on personal growth. When you are consistent, you build habits that compound over time. Consistent actions lead to results, guys, whether it's fitness, business, personal development. A scientific perspective. So habits are neural pathways. Habits are how our neural pathways are formed. So when we practice something consistently, it strengthens the neural pathways in our brain. And this makes it easier for us to repeat the behaviors over time. Studies show that consistency in small tasks leads to bigger achievements. Like, you know how athletes build stamina, or how small daily steps towards a goal eventually lead to success. Something like that. The results of inconsistency. Inconsistent efforts often leads to frustration, for sure. feelings of inadequacy, like you're not good enough, like you're a failure, or you always failing, or you can't succeed, a lack of progress. It could feel like you're always starting over, or worse, stuck in a cycle of fucking failure. You hear me? So now that we got that out the way, let's talk about consistency in action. Like, what does consistency look like? Consistency isn't about doing everything perfectly. Once again, it's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about being deliberate, intentional with your actions. It's not a one-time effort. It's a continual process of moving forward, no matter the obstacles. For example, a person who wants to build a business doesn't need to have everything perfect. What matters is consistency in their work, showing up every day with their plan even when they don't feel like it. I could vouch for that. And it's not easy, but I show up. Share, let me see. Okay, I'm going to share an example of a task. For me, consistency. Every day with business, Creations by Us, I show up. And the more I show up, the more I learn. The more I learn about the business, the more I produce. The more I produce, the more I start to see results. And even when I'm not making $1, a dime, and trust me, the first few years, it's like that. I still have been showing up. Either way, doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not always easy. I'm going to tell you the one thing, that email marketing. Every month, having to create an email, a whole email series. Even when people aren't opening it, I'm still consistent. I'll still get up. I'll still make sure it's done. And sometimes, I might get out of the 30-something I sent, I might get like 15 one month that open them. Hey, I'm being consistent. Either way, I'm showing up. Now, why do we struggle with consistency? Why? Let's talk about it. First thing, mental barriers. So one of the biggest barriers to consistency is the mental game, baby. It is the mental game. We often tell ourselves stories like, I'll start tomorrow, or it's too hard, or I'll never stick with it. These stories can keep us stuck in cycles of inconsistency, for sure. You have to train your brains, okay? A lack of clear goals. If we don't have a clear goal or vision, it's hard to stay consistent. Without a why, there's no motivation to keep going. And my favorite one, the self-sabotage, which I did a whole episode on that. Sometimes, guys, we sabotage ourselves because we're afraid of success or failure. So in those moments, we choose comfort over consistency. Now, let's talk about how to build consistency. So tips for developing consistency. Set small, achievable goals. Break down your big goals into smaller ones. Do manageable tasks so you can celebrate progress and keep momentum. Accountability. Get an accountability partner or share your progress with someone who you trust. Accountability can be a huge motivator in maintaining consistency. In anything, accountability is very helpful. Create a routine. Consistency thrives on routine, of course. So by creating daily habits or rituals, you make it easier to stay on track without having to constantly think about it. And the last thing is be kind to yourself. There's going to be setbacks, and that's okay. Consistency, again, isn't about perfection. It's about showing up even after setbacks. So with that being said, guys, think about something you struggle to stay consistent with your life. See what's been holding you back. And, can you identify a way to take small, actionable steps towards being more consistent in that area? Guys, in the description, I'm going to leave a morning ritual guide, a PDF that I created, where you can start your mornings off intentional, start a routine. It's a 10-page PDF. You don't have to use all the pages, but it'll all be helpful. Some affirmations in there. You can some daily habits where you can create your habits, create a routine. Very helpful, and it costs you nothing. It's free. Just subscribe and you can get the PDF. And I also, if I can, I'm not sure, I also link the 30-day confidence calendar, where you can every day for 30 days is different, like affirmations. Different different things you can do. I'm trying to think of what I want to use. Like today, I'm going to do this. Today, I'm gonna do that. It's different. It's different ones. It's boost your confidence and challenge you. It's called the 30-day challenge confidence calendar. I also created that, so I'll try to link them both. But for sure, I will link the confidence calendar. The ritual morning guide. All right, my people, remember, consistency doesn't mean perfection. It's about progress, and every small effort compounds over time to create massive results. So whether it's your personal growth, business, or health, all you got to do, my friend, is keep showing up and the success will follow. And if this episode resonated with you, share with someone who could use a little consistency boost, friend. Remember, you can find more tools and coaching options on my website to help you stay consistent, elevate your life. Let's keep growing together. If you're into astrology, numerology, tarot, check out my website. I got some nice deals for some sessions set up. Some nice, beautiful handmade earrings. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Follow. No, I'm joking. And remember, guys, protect your energy like the Secret Service protect the president, but not John F. K. And remember to always be mindful how you spend your energy, because it's expensive. And with that being said, I'm sending nothing but love and light to the audience, to everybody listening. Thank you very much. Without you, I don't count. This doesn't count. Without you, my mission is not a mission. Okay, let me go. All right. Love you guys. Namaste, my baby. Catch you on the next day.